Alright, hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Alright, what are we doing today? I'm finally ready. Everything is ready. We're ready to go. Just the audio equipment isn't here yet. Yeah, so I'm recording this. I got the headset, the wireless headset. I listened to the one I put up yesterday. It wasn't too bad. It might be in and out a little bit. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the moon. We're gonna set up on the moon, and then after we're gonna explore the moon. When we're done exploring the moon, I'll then work on this, or maybe in between, to replenish the spaceship. All right. Right now, it can do it, but the shuttle itself isn't quite set up. Still, it's not quite set up for refueling. That's probably going to be another, well, I don't know. It was a long time to make the 3D thing, the navigation thing. It took a long time to make. So probably there's at least another day or so of going over the shuttle before it's like ready, 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 ready. But anyways, spent enough time, I think, going to the moon and then not making it to the moon. That I'm ready now to go to the moon and explore the moon finally. Okay, so what we need to do is I need to spawn these in individually. So I've separated the truck and the reactor. I just haven't separated the last part, which I will on the final trip. So just spawn it in like that. And then this just backs up. I'll pick it up with the crane. And yeah. Let's see. I'll drive over it. That would not be cool. I've got the other cranes, and I mean I was using them, but the reactor and the parts are so heavy that it's just easier if I pick it up with this crane than it is picking it up with a crane and driving it over here. It's really there's a lot going on. Um, where's my ropes? Oh, they are right here. All right, and I can reach that. It's gonna go over to there. So this is kind of the first run through with this. I think it's still in alignment. I'm not sure. We'll have to test the alignment of that while I get that going. And then when we get out there, I'll do a flight check. We'll go over our X, Y, and Z coordinates, and we will go over our rotation. We'll go over the math, the Euler angles, all that stuff, right? Because it gives you the tilt. Anyways, we'll go over all that. Okay, so is it two? So this should be pretty good. It's attached to a big structure, and I find that the bigger structures handle it pretty big. You'll see it'll pick it right up. Yeah, just like that. I don't know why it's. Gotta be careful. Okay, and now I should be able to just do this. It's really fast. It definitely needs to be calibrated to be slower. Definitely could be calibrated to be slower. Okay, and then we can do just pinch out. Yeah, so it's got brakes, right? It's got brakes. The brakes are on, and I'll just leave that connected like that. Cool, that was actually really easy. It picked it up really easy. And then we'll just come out. This is perfect. So then if I am recovering, let's say if I'm recovering the shuttle, well, I have a reactor on here, so I guess I don't need that. You know, but if I need to bring any equipment out to it, welder, whatever, I can do that. Boy, it's kind of a stormy day to launch. All right, so now we'll grab the shuttle, which let me update it right now. So that is the current set configuration. It's not going to change until I do the refueling, and then when I do the refueling, I'll update it again. But that'll be the last change for the shuttle. Will be the refueling. So I've added a lot of equipment to the sides, right? And just everywhere it needs to be. We are stocked, and the vehicles too. I made sure I went over the vehicles. They're stocked with supplies, so should have everything we need. Hopefully, plenty of oxygen, plenty of. The only thing would be a failure of the reactor. So if it got damaged and we lost water in the reactor, then we would kind of, that would sort of end the trip. Hopefully. I might. Change. Okay, so I'm just backing up slowly here. I had to do some special changes to the vehicle. I caused an oil spill, which I had to clean up. All right, we're not going to make it there. Well, it's hard. It's hard to get this thing in alignment sometimes. There's not much clearance. There's not much clearance on either side. So let's see where we're at. If I do that, and I go that, just slightly. Come on. Come on, click. Why won't you click? Oh, there it goes. There it goes. There it goes. Perfect. All right, come forward a little bit. Nice. Now we're loaded, and we're ready to load. So I could load in here. It's not safe to do that. I should probably load out on the. Turn this on. Yeah, I put in some extra equipment all over. And then in the back, I put in these 2 air tanks with 3 suits. So I think I changed. What did I change? Colors. There we go. The nice red one for the captain. And then this blue would be crew, and then this would be the exploration suit. So if you're out on the surface working around, put the yellow one on. Okay, what was I doing? Oh yes, I need to turn off the brakes, and I'll go over all this. And I'll color. I should have color coded it. I'll color code it when I'm done here. Okay, so the final steps final steps. I don't actually think we can load it in here. I don't think now there's room. There might be room actually. Let's do that. And then if something explodes. All right. Grab some med kits too from this. So we'll come inside. We will open the. We'll turn on the lights. And we'll open the door. Hopefully, it doesn't explode. Perfect. The hinges, its velocity and its movement. There's a lot there. There's a lot there. Cool. So now, we've got 4. And then, this is going to be tricky. Yeah, this is going to be tricky. Because I can't move. Let's see. Because I can't move. See, this is the issue here. It just fits. It just fits in there. I wonder if. I guess that kind of works to pull it. Oh, and if I turn the brakes off, I see. Let's see what happens here. I don't know if that winch is working or not. Let's see. Oh yeah, it is. Oh, there we go. There we go. So it just needs to kind of. Okay, and then what we need to do is. I don't even know. This is kind of. I don't know why this isn't pulling in. Seems to be working now. So if I turn off the brakes, just try to be gentle with it. There's a connector on the bottom, so it should just this side here. It should just pop once it goes in there. It should just go quick. Oh, this is kind of frustrating. The stuff we gotta deal with. I don't know why it's moving. It's moving one way but not the other. I don't understand why. You know. Come on, you can do it without damaging yourself. Oh yes, there we go. There we go. Now I think it connected. I think it connected. Let's let that out. Yeah, I think it connected there. I saw it snap into place. Okay, let's turn on the brake. brakes. I don't know. I need to confirm that it's connected on the bottom. Is that the temperature? Oh no, that's the water level. What's going on with that? The water level? Okay, so I can't check to see that it's connected. I know there's one test I can do. There's one test I can do. Let's see. Look, that goes just underneath. All right, I think it's connected now. Yeah, I'd say it is. Perfect. Okay, so now we let the winches out. Okay. Now we're loaded and ready to go. Ooh, I wonder what that was. Something's going on. All right, and then where did I grab this last winch from? Rope. There we go. Perfect. We are fully loaded and ready. Fully loaded and ready to launch. Cool. So I'll save it here. And then oops. Let's close this. Close this up here. Close the door. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. It exploded. Well, at least that was just a crane. At least that was just a crane. Whoopsies. Let's see. I wonder if I can. Can I just move the crane out of the way? I can, and then I'll just close the door. Whoops. This crane doesn't matter. Really, it's the spaceship that matters. Okay, let's close the door. See if I can close the door and see if it'll explode. Oh boy. We are not off to a good start. All right, well that worked. Perfect. So now I just got to repair it so it closes, and we'll be ready to launch. Oops. Down here. Yeah, this thing needs to be finished. Definitely could be finished up a little bit. All right. Oh boy. I will go in and check on the reactor before I go, just in case there was like some collateral damage. This is what I'm hoping from the truck. The truck, it has that arm that articulates, and it has the welder on it. So I'm hoping to be able to do this kind of stuff from the truck. All right. I'm going to go inside and check on the reactor. Let's see what's going on here. I figured out doors and ladders. I'm so happy. I figured it out. How to get through, how to use the hatches and stuff with ladders. I've done enough building now. So maybe I'll put out a tutorial on how to do it. So you don't get frustrated. Perfect. Everything is good. We are good to go. We are good to go. Ah, that's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Okay. Excellent. So let's get this equipment put away. Let's get this equipment put away. And then what I'll do is I'll change the time to early morning and launch. I got this from this side over here. All right. Let's go up here. Let's get up here. Whoa. Oh, that can stay open. Okay. Lights. There's spots. Raise lights. There we go. Let's go. All right. Now, I definitely need to set up a limit on the steering. I think they're just velocity pivots instead of robotic pivots, so I got to check that out for this. It's got 360 steering, which it doesn't really need. Or what I should do is I try to set up a limit on how the range. See if I can do that. All right. All right, let's set the time to early morning. Perfect. Okay, we are loaded and we are ready to go. We are lined up on the runway. Okay. Whoa. So let's turn on the brakes. This one here. Whoa. Oh, I forgot to disconnect from the thing. Forgot to disconnect. I'm gonna grab a couple of things. Disconnect. There we go. All right. Now I am ready. Here we go. I love that. So that's how I'm going to load the shuttle. The other two modules will load the same, and then once I figure out how to refuel the shuttle, I might have to expand on the tanks. Right now, there's enough tanks here to fill every tank on the ship. So yeah, I just have to figure that out, how that's going to work. and that, and then a little bit of calibrating to do with this, so it slows down a little bit. It's easier to drive. And this thing will be nice. I'll have to upload this as well as a separate, obviously as a separate vehicle. The handler, the spaceship handler. All right, so we exit that. And now, let's go over our flight. We'll do a pre-flight. Okay, first things first. So what I did was I added a bunch of manual valves for the RCS gas. They're red. So if you're launching a satellite, you're going to need to turn all these on. I will go over that. We'll do a satellite launcher as well. I don't know if we can launch a satellite with this. It'll be too small, I think, for what I want to do. A communications satellite that can stay in space and survive is going to need to be a lot larger than I think what we can carry realistically. So this will be more, the thrusters and stuff will be more to slow us down in space so we can dock with it, work on it, do that kind of stuff, right? This is essentially, this is our base, right? The shuttle was the base. It is our moon base. It is, you know, right? This is the moon base. It has everything to survive on it. It has a medical bay, right? It has the sleeping rooms, you know, it's got everything it needs to survive. So we don't technically need a moon base. I could put CO2 scrubbers in here, which is what I should do next. I'll test that system out again. And if I combine that with the airlock system that it has, this thing will be absolutely unstoppable in space. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking is I don't really want to save it here. I don't really want to change it too much. I really like it, even with all the buttons. Okay, so let's go over our flight. So we turn on systems, turn on fuel pump. This is the throttle. This is the jet engines. We want to turn that to 0.8. Thruster power. This is the main thrusters. 0.16 seems to be the efficient for gas. This is the RCS controls. And then we have our rear stabilized thrusters. These are these small ones. And our front stabilized thruster. That one there. So that's when we're launching satellites and we want to stay in space at a position. We use those. Oh, what else do we have? Then we have this here is in combination with all of these buttons here. All right, so we have our fuel, jet fuel in both wings. We have our RCS gas, whatever. What I did was, this is our spare RCS gas here. These are all the tanks. I know they drain the same, but I wanted to see if we take damage. I want to see which of the tanks are damaged and what we lose. And I'm going to do something similar for all the main tanks inside. There's just like way more of them, and I don't know where I'm going to fit the buttons. I might change these to small panels, right? 4 buttons is probably what I'll do. Now, as far as marking your rotation, same thing. I'm going to change these for 4 small panels, so you'll be able to mark up to 4 rotational positions on here and that. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is set our XYZ destination. That is these 3 here. Linear X, linear Y, linear Z. So our linear X that we're going for is negative 15,000. Our linear Y is 459,000. Now this is a position on the moon. Linear Z is 13,000. So we might actually be off these X and the Z values. We might actually be off a little bit just because this is a position on the moon and we have to come around the moon before we're able to land on the moon. So that's the part I don't know, but I do have a pen and paper here, so I will be making XYZ markings when I'm there. All right, so that's our moon position, and then we can enter in our home position, so we know how to get back here. So our custom Z is going to be this distance here, minus 6027. Minus 6027. Our custom Y is going to be 11. All right, and our custom X is going to be 3945. 3945. All right, so now we have our Earth position and we have our Moon position. Earth position, Moon position, Earth position, Moon position. And like I say, I'll be adding the ability to add more to that as well. I'll be expanding on it. This is just, it's still very early concept. Okay, everything else is the same. We can turn off the brakes and we can turn on the jet thrusters, and then you want to press down. Oh, no, hold on. Hold on, hold on. For some reason, the altitude hold was active. So you need to turn the altitude hold off. I don't know why it suddenly is active. All right, push it down. There we go. Jet engines will kick on. And I'm not holding down, and I'm tapping it. I'm tapping it. Tap, 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 tap. And then I let go. I release it. You see it bounce there? Right? Well, and then whatever the computer is doing, you probably lost audio there a little bit. Like I say, I'm going to record this flight, and then I'll listen to it and see how it sounds. And hopefully it sounds good. So this is our first real official flight to the moon. Okay, we want to turn on the stabilizers. They get burned by the rocket thrusters because the rocket thrusters are right there. There's one behind that seat, and there's one behind my seat, and there's one right here in the front. So I understand how and why I'm getting burnt by the rocket thrusters. I just don't like it. That's all, right? It's hot there. You can imagine the heat coming off of that, right? Oh, something happened. Oh yes, 6,000. Right, I made this red so we can see it in space. Okay, so we're gaining altitude. We're gaining altitude really nicely. We're actually cruising really nicely. Now this is our rotation here. Our rotation now is 0.07, 0.4, 0.3, and -3. This is our launch position. So we could be recording this if we want. Let me see. Piece of paper that doesn't have scribblings all over it. X, Y, Z. And then I have to watch our altitude as well. Angular X is basically 0. Angular Y, oh no, that's velocity. Euler is 0. X. Euler Y is 0.3. And Euler Z is -3. Okay, so that's launch. Why does that matter? Well, eventually I'll be able to automate this. And I'll send one on its own to the moon. Okay, rain rocket thrusters on, we're at 20,000 feet. That was fast. Okay, we're going to slow down a little bit, speed up, slow down. Doing too much talking here. And the reaction wheels, yeah, those are plugged in. They work. So I'll go over one of those launches as well. 28,000 feet, 29,000. We can turn off the fuel pump. We can turn off that. And now we are doing our final 10,000 feet, and we'll be into space. There's the moon right there. So we are getting closer. 15 kilometers to X, 15 kilometers to Z, and 461 kilometers to Y. I think that's pretty neat. Now we're at 0. We're in space. It's still hard to see, but I can still see it. Okay, so turn the stabilizers off, and now we're in space. We're not in takeoff anymore. So what is this here? This is our ETA. Now, why is it scribbling? So it's scribbling because for whatever reason, I can't clamp any of the numbers coming off the astronomy sensor. The astronomy sensor gives out 11 outputs. So I had to split all those 11 channels. And then I had some of them I had to double up. Some of them I had to triple up. Wait, I better I better focus here a little bit while I'm doing this, because we're actually coming away from our Z position. So that means I need to go X negative. That's interesting. So now what I can do is also I can check our. Yeah, I wanted to do a couple of things here. Let's see. So this is where I want to be heading. Not really. You see how we're flying away from blue? So if I wanted to go back to blue, but see, I'm actually going to head through the moon, right? I'm going to head through the moon if I'm not careful. So we still need to come around the moon. So this is cool. I'll actually be able to see how far off this point I go, and that tells me how far back towards the moon I'll need to go to get close to the surface, right? So the surface is 20 kilometers. So this is at 19, but we could be plus 20. So this could be 50 or 40, and this could be 50 or 40, depending on where we are on the moon. So this is neat. All right, where were we here? So now we're cruising. Estimated ETA. So we have to punch in the manual throttle, which is our velocity, and then we have to punch in our manual destination, because I can't clamp it from here. So we have to do throttle estimate, and then we have to do static ETA. So our moon X is minus 15,000, right? I think it does the conversions to. I'm not sure. 459,000, and then our Z is 13,000, right? 15,000. Okay. And then now, let me just kind of. I'm trying to pilot while I'm crunching numbers. Okay. And then we need our speed. Our linear speed right now is 0. So let's take off the manual throttle, and we're getting a number of. I'm pretty sure that's minutes. That's a lot of minutes. So it's not. What I do is it's not dividing, right? So I don't know what we were doing. We were doing about 100, weren't we? 100 meters per second. So what is that? That's 41. And 100 meters per second, I think was our average speed. I'd have to check. I think we're a bit faster than that. So we're 36 minutes to Z. We're 1,200 minutes to Y. Doesn't make any sense. And we're 41 minutes to. Wow, 1,200 minutes to Y. Oh boy, look at that. We're definitely. I definitely gotta see what we're doing here. All right, so I'm gonna have to figure out what I did there. Obviously, my calculations off. What are we doing for our speed? Is all 0. I don't know why our speed is 0. It should be coming off. I should be reading that from the astronomy sensor. All right, so we need to start heading in towards the moon now. As you can see, we're coming up on top. So I think now we need to start heading towards Z. Yeah, there we go. Now we're heading towards Z. So what I should do is, let's see, what I should do is do this. And I should mark this Y position, which is 1.235. So I can go 1.235, and I can say mark Y. There we go. And then now I can say, okay, I want to travel X. So I actually need to turn this way. Turn that way. And now I should be traveling. direction now. Should be traveling towards X. No, this isn't traveling away from X. Uh-oh. Oh, it's probably on the far side of the. Oh, something's going on. 40 and 48. I don't think I've started to travel that way yet. So this would be my X rotation. Y rotation. So 1 is and 4, that's X. All right, so this would be my red. So my X, well, custom X is 1.97, let's say. 1.97. All right, and then we're going to mark that. I don't know why it's... maybe that was negative. Oh boy. That's not right. That's not right. Why did it mark it there? Uh-oh. All right, so there might be some flaws in the this 1.97, unless I got these backwards. .97. Wow. Alright, I am definitely going to have to see what on I did to the code, because something's a little off here. Something's a little off. Something's a little off. Just a little off. Facing like that. So 3. One. 0. It's the same line? Okay, there's obviously a mistake in the code somewhere. Oh boy. Or it's not, I missed, I must have missed a connection somewhere. Oh, that's good to know. This works. Maybe I forgot to connect the other two. Let's see here. I can't really squabble about it right now. Oh boy. Well, we made it anyways. We made it. We made it. I'll have to. You get the concept. You get the concept. Z is -2. Yeah, so that works. So just X is out for whatever reason. I probably know why. I probably know why, actually. So that's good to know. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, you see how we stayed. Now we're starting to get closer on X. We're starting to get closer on Y too. Look at that. Our rotation, you see that? Oh, perfect, perfect. So we want to maintain that. We can just look at that and say, okay, now this is where I want to be in this direction. And we can maintain that that approach angle. So that's what I want to do. Flip a switch, and then we have our measurements. And now it kind of makes a little more sense here. This is your Z angle. This is your Y angle. Here at this, as we're approaching the moon. And I mean, and this is what matters. This is what matters. So we don't overshoot it. See how low we are? Before I was seeing like 600. You know, we were way overshooting, and now we're really, our trajectory has gotten a lot closer, and we've saved a ton of gas, and we just have to get to that spot there. Whoa, I'm so glad. See, right? There's our rotation, and then I can mark that rotation and that rotation, and then as we fly, we can sit here, and we can use that. So eventually, what I'll do is this can be automated. I mean, that's going to take a while, obviously, but yeah, I'll need to fix X. There you go. This is how we navigate in 3D. -2.4, and this is -2. Yeah, no, something's wrong. That's code. I'll fix it. I'll fix it when I go there. What's Y? 0.7. 7. There. See that? Now our X has changed a little bit. We've gotten a little, our angle has gotten a little higher now. Oh yeah, look, we're right above it. We're right above it. So let's cut the rocket thruster. I think that's so neat. That's so neat. So now we flip. Now we flip. And now we're approaching. So now our Y reverses. Our Y is now upside down. And we now have to approach, we just have to approach like this. And I'll reverse. Same thing, when I get closer to the planet, we'll reverse, right? And we can use our Euler. See, we have our degrees here, our circle, our compass. So we can use that, our XYZ angle, as we're approaching. We can say, okay, I want to turn so many degrees on X, and then so many degrees on Y. And we can program that in, and we can code that in. So that way at certain stages, we can measure our altitude, and at certain stages, we can say, okay, I want to rotate this degrees to here, to here, to here. And then we can program a trajectory, which will allow us to send automatic rockets or whatever we want to wherever we want, right? Or XYZ, because it's all in kilometers. That's basically it. When they give you the XYZ of a point in space, it's just kilometers, you know, from the astronomy sensors. You just punch in the XYZ, boom, there you go. All right, I think we're still. I'm gonna save it here. I should save it here actually. Yeah, save it here. Cool. Yeah, and I think that's the only way you're going to be able to navigate from here is this. Because with these, being able to mark your angles, that's the only way. Otherwise, you have to third person, the whole way, which doesn't. It's cool, but it'd be nice to sit in the, if you're in a rocket that doesn't have any windows, you can only use the compasses to tell you what you're doing. Cool. Okay, look, it's now pulling me down. Cool. There we go. It looks like it's going to be nighttime on the moon. So nice. So we'll mark the X and the Y of wherever this is, and then when I'm approaching, we'll have to try and get a. Let's try and get a spot here. How are we doing for electricity? Not bad. And then these to 0.3. That worked. It's going to let us go down. Yeah, it's still growing. Do that. All right, and then that becomes our descent, X, Y, and Z, once I get the X working. And then that's how we would program a rocket. Exactly the same way. Which I think is absolutely cool. Oh. Uh-oh, be burnt. Ah. I think that's the spot. It's saying 78 to X, but I don't know how big the crater is. So, and like I say, it was just a position somewhere here in the altitude. I just wrote down the position, X, Y, Z, and said, okay, that's where I want to get to, right? Minus 81,000, 420, 11,000 kind of deal. Cool. Yeah, that was a really good run. It's kind of neat doing it without the compass and then doing it with the compass and seeing, like, this is how close we get without the all right, so now I could turn on, oh, dare I? Stabilizer. Turn on the stabilizer, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to save it, because we know if I slow down too much, right, at certain stages. There we go. Now I just have to make sure, is it still 8, 9? Okay, it is still growing. Slowly descending. It is nighttime. Oh, let's change that. Let's change that. Would have been like that when we took off, right? Yeah. Oh, and a clock. I forgot to add a clock to this. I'm going to add a clock and an astronomy sensor to the truck so I can get the XYZ from it. So I'll be doing that next. Oh, there we go. There we go. So let's save this as approach 1. Approach A. See how many times I have to go through this. Hopefully not too many. Hopefully not too many. Yeah, that looks so good. Look at that. Look at how much gas there is. 40% remaining. All right, so just a slow descent, very slow descent, which is actually really good. I don't want to go too fast. We know what happens when we go too fast. The crash. This is actually probably the best, if not the, yeah, one of the best, if not the best descent so far. Very slow. If I can keep this up and not get cripply burnt, we'll just gently touch down. We'll just gently touch the surface, and hopefully only part of us explodes instead of all of us. If I don't have the rockets, I'll have to ditch wherever I ditch. Whew, that could be interesting. It's sealed. It's sealed on the inside, so it won't sink. It'll float, and I should be able to crawl out one of the little hatches and just let it float on the surface, and then I can recover it with the Navy ship. But I'll be out for a swim. I'll put on a spacesuit, go for a bit of a swim wherever I crash. could be 50 or 60 kilometers or more. So that's one thing I should put on here is like a dinghy, a water vessel, just in case, just something, a little handheld, whatever battery, something that'll go 5 or 6 or 7 kilometers if I need to an island. All right. All right. I'm going to save this again because we saved it at Moon, and now we have the approach here. So this is really good. Really, really good. We are just barely descending. It's telling me that look at that four. Huh. Oh, there's the moon. There's the moon right there. X here is 500. Y is 473. Okay, that makes sense. This number, I'm like, this number is still quite large. I'll have to check on that. I don't know why it's 660. So it's backwards. Something's going on. Oh boy, oh boy. Okay, here we are. Here we are. We're going down. Oh, we're back. We're right by that big old hole again. It almost swallowed. Remember, you almost swallowed us the last time? Oh, I'm so excited to be back. The moon. Uh-oh. I couldn't pick like a better approach, right? Let's just not look. Let's just not look at it. Oh boy. Oh boy. Of course, there's no like linear speed. Oh. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. We are coming in. Oh. losing a little bit of gas. Oh, from the front thruster. Oh boy. Oh boy. The wings are okay so far. Oh no, that wing is done. That wing is done. And we're upside down. All right. Well, let's try that again. Let's try that again. One more time. One more time. Oh, we'll see how many attempts it's going to take here. What are we at for? We're at an hour already. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, maybe what I'll do is we'll try one more time and then I'll end the video here. And oh, that took a lot longer than I thought it was. I can't see. The thing is with the headset that I have on now, there's no sound. As soon as I turn on Streamlabs, all the sound, it still records the sound, but I can't hear it through the headphones. It's kind of dumb. So I don't know, like, you know, I don't know. That's all right. We'll get it. We'll get it. We'll get it. I should have started slowing down a lot quicker. Or I could even just crank this up to 1. Just burn the gas. Hopefully this seems to be going. You never know. It's hard to tell until you get close to the surface. And then as soon as you get close to the surface, it's like, oh yeah, okay. Like look, I've already messed up. Already messed up. Oh boy. Doing this without any sound is so hard. Oh, oh boy. Oh boy. I am gonna try. Oh boy. I tried. Oh no. If I could stop with just that. The reactor seems okay. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Okay. Let's get the brakes on. There we go. And I can stop the engines. That's a 0. Awesome. Awesome. That wasn't bad at all. That was a really decent crash. All right, I'm going to save that as the moon. We are down. We are down. Excellent. Well, thank you so much for watching today's video. I am going to clean this up and I'm going to unload. And then what I'll do is I'll start recording when I'm set up and ready to go back to the planet. Looks like we didn't lose any gas. No, good. This was a really good one. Just the nose got smashed up. That was a really, really good soft landing as far as spaceships go. If I put magnets, if I replace the wheels with like magnets, or if I put magnets down there somewhere, it wouldn't be so bad. As soon as I hit, it would grab the magnets and it might not do as much damage. But I will take this. I'll take this 7 days a week. Awesome. Yeah, that'll do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you then.